Well, you know, what's the day? Uh, the third or the fourth. I spent the whole entire day in bed today. I did absolutely nothing, and I enjoyed every bit of it. I sure did. I sat back and realized that, you know, I'm just here for a few years and then I'm gone. I didn't know where I was before I got here. I'm here and I don't know where I'm going to be in the future. So why worry about it? Don't sweat the small stuff. That's what somebody told me. He says, don't sweat the small stuff. He says, if you got small problems, then you have small solutions. If you have big problems, then you have big solutions. But never sweat the small stuff. And I've been racking my brain and racking my brain. I raised two kids up to when my daughter was 9 years old, my son was 7 years old. My Mexican American wife got the 7 year itch and decided that she didn't want to be in a relationship anymore. So when we got the divorce, she served me the papers, and uh, it was like uh, my family divorced me. It was kind of funny. One day I come home and all the town car was gone. The electricity was turned off. Uh, the town car was gone. The front door was open. I have a beautiful home, two-story home out in Kansas. Beautiful two-story, almost looked like the White House, with white columns out on the front porch. The acorn fence, the red door with the gold kicker plate on the bottom. Had the uh, beautiful windows. With the house was white with with the black shutters on it. You know, had those beautiful windows insets, and I had a big chandelier on the front porch. And on the second floor was the main room that opened out to a balcony over the front porch. I mean, it was gorgeous. And Town and Country came and took pictures of my house, and Better Homes and Gardens took pictures of my house. It was gorgeous. It even had a white picket fence, and it had a 1958 uh, uh, Hudson Hornet. 1958 Hudson Hornet, cherry, cherry engine red. Oh, it was beautiful. Monogram fence with my big letter M on the gate with the acorn and stuff. Little white picket fence in the back. Oh, it was a gorgeous house. And come home, car gone, front door wide open. Kids had to come home from school. Tried to get on the phone, and phones was dead. Electricity turned off, and it looked like somebody had came in and gutted the house. My kids' clothes were gone. My wife's clothes, a lot of her clothes were gone. The house was a mess. Looked like a hurricane hit it. I go, what the heck is going on? Right? So I've called the police and called the school, and the school tell me that my wife has came over and took the kids out of the school because they had to go to an emergency uh, vacation. I mean, it was some cock and bull story. They pulled them out. She pulled them out of school, packed up the town car, and she was gone. So I called her mother and her father, who live out in Topeka, and they're giving me fish-eyed story. They're Mexican. about, well, they don't know where she went and all this kind of stuff. I says, well, you guys talk all the time, every day, and what's going on? And I was paying my wife. I was paying for her schooling. She was getting a license to be a beautician, so she had a beauty shop in one of the rooms downstairs. And all that was gone. Her equipment was gone. I'm going, what the heck is going on? So it was like 3 days went by. I trying to get the police to come out and do a search and everything, and nobody would tell me what was going on. And I own two homes on the same street because her Mexican American family moved in on me, and her mother and father and her sisters and every brothers and sisters and everybody said they come to visit, when really they came down to resettle in my house. So I had to go buy another house on the next block. So if you can imagine, I'm sitting in a 2-story house, almost 3 stories, and it's empty where I moved my 2 kids and her down there, and then I have all these Mexican Americans living in my other little 2-story house on the next block, and none of them claim they didn't know where their daughter was, or she had sisters, and nobody knew nothing, right? So I suffered for a whole week and all, and I'm out there about a week later or so, out there cleaning my house, the big white 2-story house, and the guy comes up to me and he goes, hey, you got a beautiful home here. And I wasn't in a good mood because I haven't seen my family in almost a week, but he kind of cheered me up a little bit. And he said, yeah. And he says, and that car, that 54 Hudson, did you rebuild that? And I was showing him, yeah, I rebuilt it. He said, can I see the engine and all? So I showed him the engine and everything. And he says, man, that's a gorgeous car. And did you put those big white pillars in there? It almost looked like the White House. Those big columns. Yeah, I says, yeah, we got them all done. And the Danish windows and everything. He says, I could have sworn I seen your house in one of the magazines. I said, yeah, it was in Better Homes and Cars. And he says, yeah, you're I know who you are. You're it starts with an M. I said, my name's Martin. Yeah, he says, Martin. He goes, no, you're not William Martin, are you? And I go, yes, I am. And he really made me feel good, trying to cheer me up. But he says, well, I'm Paul Barker, and this is going to be a day that you'll never forget. And I'm going, why is he telling me this is a day I've never will forget? She says, yeah, because here, I want you to hold this. And he pulled out this packet and he gave it to me. And he says, my name's Paul, whatever his name was, and I'm now serving you this divorce decree, whatever it is. And he said, my wife versus me in the state of Kansas, and you have just now been served, sir. And I'm sitting here, and then he walked off. I'm sitting here in shock, like, I've been served. What are you talking about? And I had this big packet, and I opened it up, and there's all this with my name versus her name, and all this decree to go to court, and all this legal stuff. And it hit me right there. I've been served papers. Right? All my whole life, I've done everything right. Right? I thought I raised a perfect house, or a perfect wife and family. I thought I did everything right. I crossed all the I's and dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. And here I was sitting here in the highlight of my military career, beautiful home, beautiful kids, raised them up, fantastic reputation. Just finished getting my college degree, and just now turning into a military officer. I was a butter bar. I just converted from sergeant first class to a second lieutenant, working at the same base. And all I was looking at was one day becoming a 4-star general. And look where I was. I was standing out in my front yard with this pack of paper that was served to me, where my wife was filing divorce for me. And that's the way it was. And for a lot of you people out there, you know, you're going to think that you've got control of everything. No. That's been like about 30, 35 years later. 30, 35 years later. Hey, I'm retired now. I've retired from the military 30 years. I retired from LAUSD for 30 years. I'm old enough to get Social Security. I won the lottery a couple of times. Got some annuities for some big prizes. Won a lot of money in Las Vegas. For 35 years from that day that I got served those divorce papers, I have never seen my kids ever again. They never come visit me. I never have heard boo out of either one of them. They've got kids, so I have grandkids. I've never seen my grandkids. Never. Now, me being a school teacher, and being around a lot of kids, I taught around a lot of 6th grade kids, around about the same age as the kids that my kids were when we filed the divorce. And I decided to teach 6th grade for 30 years because I was caught in a void. I was supposed to be a dad, and I was a good dad, and I was a good teacher to thousands and thousands of kids. Except for the 2 kids that I brought into the world, never seemed to love me ever again after the divorce. So here I am, 35 years later, 4 retirements, and no kids of my own. And going through these holidays, like we just went through Thanksgiving. Nope. No Thanksgiving. Can't buy no gifts. Nobody talks to me. Christmas, same thing. All these holidays are just another day. So I sit here with all this money. It's a lot of money. And I sit out here in California and look at all this crime and stuff that's going on. Oh, and being a school teacher, you can see a lot of broken families. I seen a lot of kids in the same situation that I was in. And usually some of the kids that were really bad off were the kids that parents got divorced. I mean, they walked around my classroom with chips on their shoulders. And, it really messes a kid up when their parents get a divorce. It really messes them up. I went through a rough upbringing. My dad was a Marine drill sergeant. My mom worked for the Los Angeles City Commission, worked for Mayor Bradley. And I had a hard upbringing. My dad, he liked to beat the crap out of me all the time and everything. And being a Marine drill sergeant, he was not very nice to me and my brothers and sisters. But it was a lot better off than having them being divorced. I went through hell, right? But now I'm really going through hell. But I've just decided, I saw a video today, and a woman was talking on the internet. I forget which one it was on, if it was Facebook or it was the other one. But she was talking about, you just gotta just drop that pain, and If you got kids that are estranged from you and they don't talk to you anymore, just think you did your job, and now they're grown. And so if they're grown and their decision is not to talk to you anymore or to associate with you anymore, at least you can say that you've done your job and move on. Just move on with life. Don't sit here and just have it just rehashing you over and over and over the trauma and the tribulations. Once the blue moon, my ex-wife will call and try to say something, but it just brings back tragedy. Every time I hear her voice or she sends an email, it's always something with hatred or something amongst her. She did apologize, you know, uh, but I just I just don't sweat the small stuff anymore. I just let it roll off my back. In the animal world, the animals have kids, and sometimes the parents turn around and eat the kid. Or the father would turn around and eat the kid, right? So to make the female have more kids. But we're not animals, we're humans, and we're supposed to have some measure of decency and kindness. And so I say treat others as you wish to be treated. So that's my model, you know. And I've been living in a life where a lot of people have really mistreated me. They really have. Just being a black man in the United States every day is almost like a trauma. But I treat it pretty good because now I've joined the Cottonwood Church and finally found a place where I have found that God or Jesus or the Lord or whoever that higher up does love you. So I'm not a holy roller or anything like that. But I've found that if I'm around loving people, it doesn't matter what this old bad earth puts on me. I always can look up and think positive, and I can get through my tribulations. I've been through some hard times. They treated me, and I've been diagnosed with MDD, some major depression, depressive disorder, and so it's been pretty tough. My sister, she tried to blow her head off, and she right now she's on life support and everything, and she's only 1 year younger than me. So I'm trying to comfort her and my other brothers. They're going through all kind of mental anguish, and it's always about the crap that the world throws on you and how you handle it. So I decided today that I just don't want to put up with any more of the bullshit. I'm just going to sit back, relax, stay in my little house. I didn't do any YouTube or anything today. I looked at the charts and stuff and algorithms or whatever that was it. And there's only like one person watching my channel. I said, hey, that's cool. At least one person is enjoying my content. Uh, that made me feel good. I got one viewer watching. And so that made me really feel good. So for that one viewer, high fives to you, love you. And I'm making this video for that one viewer that's watching me right now. I am kind of fortunate because I've only been on the channel for eight weeks. And I got 123,000 subscribers. So YouTube tells me that's pretty good. I have over 100,000 subscribers in 8 weeks. They say that a lot of people don't have over 1,000 subscribers, and they've been on YouTube for 5 to 10 years, and they only got up to about 1,000. And I've got 123,000, and I've been on for only 8 weeks. So having one person watch me today, hey, glory, hallelujah, and praise you. And all you people out there that's watching, life is good. You know, we got a troubled government. And when you turn that TV set on, that radio, it's gloom and doom. I found myself looking at some gloom and doom today on what would happen to the country if we were in a nuclear war or whatever. It says it only going to take like about what 72 was it 72 minutes. That's all it takes, and the whole world is gone. And in the first couple of seconds or so, we done already lost some major cities, whatever. It was one channel. I think they had North Korea fire off a nuclear weapon, and uh, and it went and destroyed Washington D.C. And then they had another one that destroyed the nuclear power plant over here in San Alfred and wiped out California. But we retaliated and had to fly nuclear weapons over Russia, and Russia thought we were attacking them when we was really attacking North America. And then Russia start throwing off all its nuclear weapons, and whole world completely destroyed, incinerated in just 72 minutes. That was it. Just over about an hour and 10 minutes or so, right? Hour and 12 minutes, and the whole planet as we knew it is gone. So, even if that doesn't happen, all of us are going to die one day. So you have all your stuff, ducks in order, and the next thing you know, you're taking your last breath. I was shocked when I saw Hulk Hogan. You know, I thought he was one of the most successful wrestlers of all time. Dead. And I'm going, oh my God. A couple of movie actors found dead in their Arizona $8 million mansion. You know, dead. Laying in there, mummified for a week or two. I mean, people that you never expect to die just up and die. So it's going to happen to all of us. So you might as well just enjoy life and think of it as a game. You know, play the game. Try not to upset the players. And then at the end of the game, move on. And so really makes me feel good. Just having this little talk to that one person that's viewing me out there, uh, it really makes me feel good. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right now and post this on the air, and maybe I'll get two viewers. I don't know, but God bless all of you, and remember, don't sweat the small stuff. Small problems have small solutions. Big problems have big solutions. All right, and God bless you. Love you all, and thank you for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Mega Wham 1, MEGAWAM 1. All right, so this is Billy Boy, and what's up? And I've let Shania and Kevin Samuel AI take a break today. Those two are really crazy. I hope you enjoyed Kevin Samuels and Shania, the AIs that I use for my show. All right, God bless you, and we'll see you in another version of What's Up. Bye now.